Hi, Hugh Taylor here, coming at you with a video called Public Relations Exposed: How to Craft the Perfect Press Release for Maximum Media Coverage. So here it goes. First, I have a confession, and I got to bring out my Rodney Dangerfield picture because this is how I feel sometimes when I get asked about issues like this. My confession is that the ideas for these videos often come from a service I use which suggests videos with interesting key phrases that might be interesting to an audience like you. And so these videos are based on what you are looking for on YouTube. So to me, it's very revealing that people may be interested in something called the perfect press release for maximum media coverage. It shows that people are searching for this and that they may be looking for this. And I have some thoughts for you on this, and maybe you're not going to like them, but I think it's going to help. Okay, sometimes being a public relations person means delivering some tough love to clients so that you can get what you really need and not what you think you need. And the question I'm going to try and answer in this video is there such a thing as the perfect press release? And the answer is basically no. I don't spoil it, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. And then I'm going to talk about what really matters if you want maximum media coverage. Okay, and when I say maximum media coverage, I mean for you and for your story. The most basic thing to understand is the press release cannot do everything on its own. The press release is like a delivery vehicle for your news. Okay, it's a document. Whatever your news is, your press release is going to be describing it. So if you don't have an interesting story to tell, there's not going to be any coverage, or there won't be the kind of coverage that you think you're going to get. And on a more practical basis, if there's no hook, if there's no idea that's intriguing to a reporter that will hook their attention, so to speak, you're not going to get their attention, right? It kind of makes sense. Like, let's think of the most boring story possible. I'm a company that's been selling the same product for 20 years, and my news is nothing's changed. I'm still selling the same product, and it's not even that interesting a product. It's like, canned baked beans. Think about it for yourself. Would you read, if you're a reporter, would you be like, oh, I better write about that? Okay, no hook, no story. And now that may seem basic, but a lot of people, whatever, they don't really understand how the press works. So they think that, like, okay, my story should get media attention. Go ahead, get me media attention. And my response is, look, I don't think I can. Maybe there are publicists who can, but I don't think I can do it. Or let's work on your story a little bit. So when it comes to getting to the perfect press release, there is the most perfect press release for you, okay? There may be a perfect press release format for somebody else. Now, by industry, you've seen there are certain sort of templates you can go with, but you have to do the basic exercise that I go through with clients, which is what's special about your news. And this is a lot like marketing in a way. It's like, think about it. Someone's going to buy your product if it's better, special, better value, the only thing of its kind. That's why you buy things. You don't go to the store and think, I'm going to buy the most overpriced thing that I could get somewhere else for less. That's not how you shop, right? So the news is the same thing. It's like, what's special about you? What's going to get attention? And why will reporters care about you? Think about reporters in your category, right? I just went through this with someone who has produced a film, and I said, has it been picked up by a distributor? No. Has it been in a festival? No. Has it won any awards? No. Have you cast any major actors in it? No. And I said, look, my suggestion is let's not do PR yet. You're not ready yet. Because if you think of the entertainment press, what do entertainment reporters cover? They cover new releases, distribution deals, festivals, prizes, stars. That's what they write about. If you don't have those things, you're not going to get any attention from them. Now, maybe that sounds mean or negative, but that's reality, okay? What's in it for them? What's in it for the reporter? You have to give them something they can run with. Now, let's talk about something really specific. And I'm going to go with my mini Rodney here. Specifically, the headline is absolutely critical. In this day and age, you have about a half a second, and I'm probably being generous, to catch a reporter's attention. Basically, they're looking at their phone. If they see a headline of a press release, they're either going to read it or not. Okay, you have, I think half a second is probably more time that they're going to spend looking at your headline. So don't blow it. And I'm going to show you a problematic example. This is a real press release headline. And I'm not going to pick on this company because this happens a lot. And Lord knows I've written headlines like this. But this is an actual headline from a major wire service today. It says, after a successful Series B fundraising round from Seoul Clinical Laboratories, Korea, Standard Foods and AWS Cloud Services representative Grand Tech GG Systems, Taiwan, H2U secured over 10 million USD in funds. Okay, so that's quite a mouthful, but that's a real press release headline. So let's work on that. Okay, I'm going to try this in real time, and it may be a little awkward, but so here's this headline. It's 218 characters, which is a lot, considering that the iPhone preview of an email subject, which is, you have to think of a headline as an email subject, is 55 characters. There's also a typo here, which is, I mean, I don't want to say I've never done this, but usually there's a word repetition here, and not good. Anyway, so let's see what we can do. What's the actual story here? Okay, what's the story? The story is that H2U secured 10 million in US funds. So let's try and edit this a little bit, okay? I'm going to move this to the front. H2U secures, present tense, over 10 million USD in Series B fundraising round, okay? So let's say H2U secures over 10 million. We don't have to say it's successful. We know it's successful in Series B fundraising round from Seoul Clinical Laboratories, Standard Foods, and AWS. Okay, now the AWS Cloud representative. Oh, and okay, that one. So this, I think, is a better headline. It is. Let's just check here. That's 188 characters. It's still way too long. What you could probably do if you want to make it shorter is let's try this. H2 from Seoul Clinical Laboratories. We don't need to know. We probably know it's in Korea if it's called Seoul Clinical Laboratories. Standard Foods and Grand Tech. We don't need to know that it's an AWS. Okay, we can add those details about where these companies come from in the body of the press release. So now we're at 138 characters. But what's important is this H2U secures 10 million user fundraising round. That's the main story. That's 62 characters. Okay, so if a reporter is looking at their phone, they're going to see something like this. Who raised money? That's the story, okay? From there, we go to, that's a better headline. From there, we're going to talk about not burying your lead. Don't bury your lead. Your lead is this who, what, why, when, where. This is the opening paragraph of this press release. Okay, and it has a long wind-up. Taiwan's leading digital health brand ushers in a Lunar New Year with exciting news. Okay, and then it says all these entities, which from the headline, have enthusiastically joined. And this yellow, this is the actual news. Okay, it's buried. It should be at the top. Again, the reporter's going to give this a couple of seconds. So this press release, anyway, whatever. I think it could be better. This is the challenge. Anyway, if you're interested in this kind of thing, there's more discussions like this in my free ebook, Stop Being Invisible. It's available at the link below, as is a special offer and some other stuff. And we'd love to work with you. If we can help in any way, come see us at commsfactory.net.